So let's look at this question from the 2017 Exam 1, Question 8. So the hardest, or the judge the hardest question in the matrices module. Consider the matrix recursion relation below. So we've got S0, our initial matrix, 40, 15, 20, and Sn+1 equals Tsn, where our transition matrix is this here. Matrix T is a regular transition matrix. Given the above, and that S1 equals 29, 13, 33, which one of the following expressions is not true? Not true. Always be careful. They usually bold if it's not true, but be rereading that carefully to make sure you're reading that correctly. Okay, so let's look at our transition matrix here. Okay, bit of a reminder, what do the columns have to add up to? They have to add up to 1, don't they? Okay, so let's have a look at, well, what's x is going to be then. So x, so we've got 0.3, 0.2, so x has got to be 0.5, doesn't it? Because then that column adds up to 1. Okay. 0.2, 0.2, y is 0.6. Okay. So that's getting us somewhere. That's, helping us a little bit along. So we have all of these things here. Okay. We know we've got to prove that one of these things is not true. Not true. Well, we know right now, with having just done these two, that y is greater than x, so that's true. So that can't be our answer. Okay. So let's look at how we're going to do the rest of it. We also know, v plus w plus z is going to add up to equal 1. So that's true. So that's not the answer here. Right, we can get rid of this one, can't we? Because 0.5 plus 0.6 is already greater than 1, so, Okay. Now let's have a look at some of these other ones. How can we start to figure this out? Well, okay, we do know that our T times Sn gives us, T times S0 gives us S1. All right, so, and we know part of T, so 0.3, 0.2, don't know what V is yet, 0.2, 0.2, W. So 0.5, 0.6, Z. If we times that by our S0, that's got to be 40, 15, 20 equals to S1, which is 29, 13, 33. Okay. So let's have a think about how we get our values. Okay, so we know that to get this, I've got to go 0.3 times 40 plus 0.2 times 15 plus V times 20 is going to give me 29. So I can set that up on my CAS calculator. So let's put in solve. So 0.3 times by 40 plus 0.2 times by 15 plus V times by 20 equals 29, and I'm solving for V. Enter. So V equals 0.7. So V is equal to 0.7. Okay, well that actually gives me enough of a clue, doesn't it? Yeah, V is 0.7. So V is greater than Y. So that's true. So we can cross that off. Let's just double check that that is not true. So let's get what W is. So W is 0.2. Sorry, I'll take a step back. To figure out what W is, we know that 0.2 times 40 plus 0.2 times 15 plus W times 20 will give me 13. So if I again use my solve, so 0.2 times by 40 plus 0.2 times by 15 plus W times by 20 gives me 13. Solving for W, yep, so W is 0.1. 0.1. So yes, that is most definitely not true. And I don't need to do the calculation for Z, with the multiplication, because I know, well, that column has to add up to 1, so 0.7, 0.1, so that is 0.2. Okay, so that's that one. 30% of the state got that one correct, answered A. 20% answered C. 19% answered D, and 17% answered E. 13% answered B. So a fairly even spread, so that suggests to me there may have been a bit of guessing. Many students seem to struggle with the complexity of the question. This is from the examiner's report. 2 of the unknown values in the matrix T could be found from the concept of transition matrices, that is, that as we did, that the columns add up to 1. Okay, never forget those sort of simple facts. Okay, and then once we knew those 2, that really helped us on the way of eliminating possibilities or finding things that were true, and we could really start to figure out some of these other things. So, never forget these ideas that the columns add up to 1, and our matrix multiplication. This is why we went through how you do the multiplication. Even though we do a lot of it on our CAS, you need to know how they work.